What's up, everybody? I'm here today to show you my BBL. We're gonna... Wait. Welcome to my BBL draft... Miami Donphans BBL draft recap. Let's go. Real quick, don't skip this. It's a snake draft as usual. 18 coaches. We're allowed to have up to 11 Pokemon on our team, but in this league, we are allowing Uber Pokemon. There are 4 Uber tiers. It is a point-based draft, but for Ubers specifically, you are able to have 1 Platinum, or you can have a Gold and a Bronze, or you can have 2 Silvers, or you can have a Silver and a Bronze, or you can have 2 Bronze. Or you could just get a Gold and then that's it, or just a Silver and that's it, or a Bronze and that's it. But if you wanted multiple Ubers, basically the rule is you can't have a Platinum. Let's take a look at my BBL. Now, my first pick might surprise you, but let me tell you why it shouldn't, okay? I took a Bronze. Chien-Pao, aka Crit Now. Crit him now. Chien-Pao is not only ridiculously cool, I mean, this dude is sick. There was a lot of strategy behind this pick. I had the 15th pick out of 18, which is not good. So all of the Platinums were gone, all the Golds were gone, the best Silvers were gone, like Magirna, who I would have potentially probably took number 1 overall. Top 3 for sure. But at this point, I basically was kind of thinking to myself, do I want to take the 4th best Silver or whatever, or do I want to get the best Bronze and then build around that? Because remember, these Uber guys, even though they have tiers, they still cost points. They still impact our point total. Chien-Pao is sick because as a Bronze, it literally wins the 1v1 with damn near 90% of the Ubers that we allow. Literally, they all get wiped out. His ability is insane. Sword of Ruin, super cool. Basically, if you don't have Sword of Ruin, your defense gets lowered by 0.75. Pairing that with his base 120 attack and 135 speed, ridiculously fast, hitting hard, the defense of my opponent is going to be lowered. They're going to get clapped. Also, there is not a single type in the game that resists dual stab of Ice and Dark. So basically, they would have to be a dual type Pokemon. Plus, he gets dual stab priority. Absolutely insane. Ice Shard, Sucker Punch. But regardless of how many bodies this guy claims on the season, please do not search Chien-Pao BBL. For pick number 2, I took the prototype, the original, the alpha, the prehistoric Donphan, Great Tusk, aka Great Thrust. Thrustin'. We really about to be thrusting, and you might be wondering why I didn't take an Uber here. And the reason why, like I said, this being a snake draft, I had the 15th pick in the first round, but I had the 4th pick in the second round, okay? Every single person so far in the entire draft has took just Ubers, and that's it. Meaning that everybody that picked before my first pick, they all took an Uber, and everybody that went after my first pick took 2 Ubers. They took both of them already. So it's coming back to me. Part of also why I took a Bronze, thinking ahead in round 1, is because now at this point, it is mathematically impossible for me to be sniped of a Silver. Because it's only me, Seabad, and Nexus that can get another Uber in the Silver tier. That's it. And there was like 5 or 6 of them left. So, hey, at this point, any of them boys are good in the Silver tier. So I'm like, hey, I might as well get the best non-Uber. I'm taking the cream of the crop, okay? Great Tusk, best rapid spinner in the game. Straight up, best in the game. Crazy move pool. It's nuts. Gets knockoff. Now I got the best move in the game on the best rapid spinner in the game. The fact that he has Headlong Rush is just really nice. It ignores grassy terrain. But most of all, baby, because I love Donphan. So after I got done celebrating drafting my favorite Paradox Pokemon of all time, I was stressing during this draft. But after this, I got that post-nut clarity. And remember how I told you that you can only have up to 2 Uber Pokemon in this league? I found a way to get 3. The post-nut clarity had me feeling celestial, as if I had ascended. It was like God secretion. Ditto. Welcome to the team. Ditto is insane because it only costs 5 points and it did not have a Terra tax. So everything else, the mons that are allowed to Terra, obviously the Uber Pokemon are not allowed to Terra, and there are some specific non-Uber Pokemon that also are Terra banned, Great Tusk for example, but the ones that are allowed to Terra, they have a tax on them. They cost extra points. A real quick example of this is that Annihilate costs 15 points, but if you make him a Terra Captain, he actually costs 19 points. And we do have Open Terra, basically saying that you can Terra into any type. You just have to tell your opponent what your Terra type is pre-battle. Good luck, have fun, I'm Terra Dark. But drafting Ditto not only makes me the only team That matters. But I'm the only team with 3 Uber Pokemon. And I'm the only team with a Uber that can Terra, because Ditto is my Terra captain for 5 points. Ditto's insane. If you know, you know. He's a great scout Pokemon. You know, you can just kind of leak your opponent's movesets, copy them, see what moves they got. He's a huge annoyance in battle, just in general, for the opponent, as well as just a mental tax that you have to take into account for whenever you're prepping, because you not only have to prep for my team, but you also have to prep for your own team. And he also copies stat changes. I'm going back-to-back Terra captains, baby, and this one is for Equinox. Iron Moth, it gets Fiery Dance. Move is nuts. If you don't know what it does, base 80 special fire type move with a 50% chance to give you +1 special attack. Unreal snowball potential, basically. This guy gets crazy move coverage. He still gets U-turn, even though he's not a bug type anymore, so that's pretty cool. Gives me a grounded poison type for my team, but also I don't really have to worry about a quad weakness to ground because I can Terra, gets toxic and T-spikes. 140 special attack with a coin flip to get a +1. Kinda unfair. On a Terramon especially, so I'm pretty confident that this dude can come in, clap cheeks. What is your favorite evolution? Mine is Patreon. Link in the description. Check it out. No, for real. Sub to me on Kick. That's much better. And subscribe here. Match me on Tinder. Follow me on Twitter. Sylveon. It's really good. It's a fairy type. It's also another thing that you should not search. BBL Sylveon. Don't do it. Bulky Pokemon gets Wish support, and Hyper Voice is really cool with Pixelate because of the fact that I have Ditto. Kind of supports Ditto because people may try to just click Substitute in front of Ditto, but I can hit through that, so feeling pretty good because sound moves. She also has a pivoting option with Dry Baton Pass. Dry basically just meaning that I can't Baton Pass a stat boost. One reason why I was pretty high on getting Sylveon specifically for my fairy is because of the fact that Zekrom and Kyurem Black are really the only 2 pure offensive dragons that we allowed in the Uber tier. On the physical side, besides that, I mean, there's some that could be mixed. So Sylveon can basically come in on all the rest of them. You know what I mean? Because she got nutty special defense. So pretty glad to have Patreon on the team. But for real though, PayPal in the description. And my Kick. Sub to me on Kick. Remember that post-nut clarity I was talking about? Let me introduce you to Full Load. Full Load actually was on my team in the APA on Sword and Shield. And we did really good in that season. I really like Rotom Wash though. Obviously, it gives us an electric type that is immune to ground. Bulky Rotom, it's just good utility. Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch, pivoting option, you know what I mean? And fun fact, I've actually never missed a Hydro Pump in my life, ever. My next pick is Jane, Arboliva. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think this thing's kind of cringe, but Joey was hyping it up. That's my dog, so I trust him. However, Arboliva does have some pretty cool tech with her ability, which basically sets up grassy terrain when she gets hit by a move. This is also really cool because Arboliva is the only Pokemon in the game that gets the move Terrain Pulse. Fun fact for you. If Knockoff ain't the best move in the game, it's probably Strength Sap. You recover with it, and it gives your opponent a -1 attack, paired with 109 Spadef, but 125 special attack. I'm with it. Plus, it just gives me pretty nice passive recovery to help out the rest of my team. Solgaleo, my next pick. I needed a really good steel type. I needed a psychic type. I figure you can't go wrong with Solgaleo. Solgaleo gives us a Wish core now with Sylveon, so that's pretty cool for support. Access to U-turn, Trick, Stealth Rocks on core. And Solgaleo coming through with all base 100 stats. Up next, I paired up with your Ops. Spide Ops coming through. This boy gets the moves. Silk Trap's really cool. Protect that gives the opponent -1 speed if they hit you. I like a signature move here and there. Slow U-turn is really nice with base 35 speed, basically to guaranteed allow us to win the neutral. Pivot into, you know, a better option for that matchup. Also, the ability Stakeout is kind of nuts. If the opponent switches into us, basically our attack power is doubled for that turn. Multiple priority moves, by the way. First Impression, Sucker Punch, Upper Hand, Feint. Oh yeah, and Sticky Webs too. Allow me to introduce you to the Godslayer. 1 point. And for my last pick, we on Demon Time all season. Subscribe.